This is Time Shark with a quick video commentary about Muh Crusader's Atheism and Intellectual Dishonesty. Let's hop right in.
Hey guys, welcome back, and we're going to be focusing on what I call the atheist crutch. Something they use to defeat arguments when they have no actual logical response for them.
Well, cool. This ought to be pretty good. Before we get too far in, I just want to mention that I do believe that BionicDance made a video about this, but I decided to make one too because he and I have a little bit of history, and, well, part of it's going to be really funny near the end.
This seems to be the largest crutch, empiricism. And my problem with empiricism is solely that it focuses on the natural realm, which, you know, if most theists think that there are two realms, an atheist can easily discount a theist's argument for a spiritual world.
I'll be happy to talk about spiritual realms, or whatever you want to call it, once you can demonstrate that there's any real chance of them actually existing. The only things we know exist are the things we can measure, and that would be the natural realm that you seem to want to talk about. So, where's the evidence for that spiritual realm? We can only make honest claims about things that we can measure and observe. We cannot observe a spiritual realm. We have no idea if it exists or what properties it has. So making claims about it is completely dishonest.
So let's move on to the next one. Lack of belief is just a intellectually dishonest way of getting around having to prove that God does not exist. Because you guys are asserting that God does not exist. When you say, I do not believe he exists, you're asserting that you know almost for certain that God does not exist. You're not a true agnostic who says, I don't know either way. You are asserting that God does not exist.
Lack of belief means does not believe, or disbelief. It has nothing to do with asserting the opposite. To say otherwise is dishonest. While there are some atheists who do assert the opposite, that is not implicit in atheism. Look in the dictionary. An atheist is someone who lacks the belief in gods, or someone who disbelieves the existence of gods. Notice the plural, by the way. It is not about the Christian God, it is about gods in general. We do not disbelieve any gods more than any others. We simply hold the same stance on all gods that you hold on every god other than yours.
So I think we'll move on to the next point. Now, I have a question. Why do you think theists have to answer, does God exist? And why do we have to prove God exists? Haven't you already established in your mind that he doesn't? Wouldn't it be up to you to prove that he doesn't exist?
That's actually a very good question. The reason it's up to you to prove that your God exists is because you are making the claim that your God exists. Very simple. If someone wants to claim that your God doesn't exist, then it's up to them to prove that claim. However, it's a moot point until your original claim that God exists has been proven. It should also be pointed out that atheism is not about your specific God alone. What you are doing is essentially asking someone to prove that every God ever thought up does not exist, which is a task that is beyond what any person could do in a lifetime, simply due to the fact that there are thousands upon thousands of different sorts of gods, each with their own attributes and abilities. There's also a bit of a caveat here. Take a look at a conversation he and I had just yesterday. So even though he claims that he wants us to disprove his God, he won't actually tell anyone what his God is or assign any attributes or abilities to it until pressed extraordinarily hard. This is kind of strange, if you ask me. Does he want us to or not? Does he want us to even try? He doesn't seem like he wants to help. I actually intend to do an entire set of videos about disproving the Christian God, since it comes up so much. And I'm actually asking people to help me narrow down what the actual claim is. If you want to help, hop down to the comment section and let me know what you think. In the meantime, we can all laugh at his hypocrisy of demanding that we disprove his God or prove that his God does not exist without actually telling us what his God is or what his God has done. It's almost like he's setting us up for the whole changing of the goalpost routine.
Theism has been around much longer and has had much more thinkers involved than atheism has.
Which would mean exactly nothing, even if it were a true statement. Well done. I suppose I should start labeling logical fallacies, but who really cares at this point?
I mean, wouldn't we want the new theory to have some sort of backing evidence other than, oh, you have to prove it, bro?
You mean exactly what you're trying to make atheists do by demanding that they disprove a God that you won't even describe?
That doesn't work. Actually just makes you look intellectually dishonest and dodging the major question.
I love when they do it to themselves like this. I really need to draw a shark that's got a troll face just for these kind of moments. Yes, you are being dishonest, dodging the questions that atheists ask of you. Like, how do you describe your God? Or do you have any evidence or valid logical arguments to support your claim that there is a God? I suppose it only counts as dodging the question when someone other than you is doing it. Good to know. Claims should also be proven in the order that they're given. So, since you claim that theism is older, that means that your claim that there is a God should be proven before any supposed claims that their God does not exist. Your refusal to give even the basic information about your God also shows dishonesty. We can't prove something doesn't exist if we don't know what it is.
Are you right? Can you prove that God does not exist? Without a shadow of doubt. I don't want to hear most likely doesn't exist. I want to hear, oh my God, you nailed him. He does not exist.
To answer your question, yes, I can prove that, even though it's not a claim I've ever made. All I need from you is the actual definition for your God, with abilities, attributes, evidence, well, whatever evidence there is, or just a list of the claims of actions, so that I can actually go through and know what I'm talking about. The reason I want you to make the definition and the list is so that you can't just change the goalposts if you don't like what I'm saying. If it's your version of God, then I know I'm disproving the right thing.
Now this one's absolutely funny. I'm smarter because I don't believe that a God exists.
Nah, you've got this one a little mixed up. It is smarter people don't believe in God. Not believing in God didn't make me smarter. I don't believe in God because I'm smarter. That's the actual claim that people make, that smarter people tend to not believe in God. And it's pretty easy to demonstrate looking at universities and things along those lines. That pretty well wraps up the claims in the video. So thanks for watching, and if anyone has a God claim that they want me to look at logically, put it in the comments. I'll happily take a look at it. I kind of like the idea of making videos about disproving specific God claims. Wonder how many it'll take before they stop saying that we can't disprove them. Thanks for watching.